Hello, friends. Hi. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, this is Attorney Marina Shepelsky, and this is our Immigration News Live. I'm doing this every Wednesday. We are here to discuss American immigration news, what's going on in U.S. immigration. I'm an attorney, I'm a U.S. immigration attorney for over 20 years in this country, but I'm also an immigrant like you guys. And I just realized I didn't bring any water. We'll do our best, right? I got this red lipstick on, you guys. Oh boy, I have to turn on Do Not Disturb. Turn on Do Not Disturb. I talk to my phone to make sure it turns on Do Not Disturb. Okay, back to our live. Hi, everyone. So, my name is Marina. I'm Marina Shepelsky. Say hello, drop a comment where you are watching me from. I'm really curious. I want to know where you are right now watching me from. Hi, Marina, from the Science of Everything. I love it, and I love your avatar picture. Let's log into my live here on Instagram. Right here. Ina7453 says she's my client from your shout out. And hello to Wisconsin. All right. Utah is Jolivia Food Services. The Science of Everything said hello, and I'm from North Dakota. Utah, good morning, my lovely lawyer from my friend Tomitopi Joseph. Tomitopi Joseph is watching from Maryland. Hello. Arturo Ibarra says hi. Hi. Arturo says he's from New York. Welcome. Welcome. Please drop a comment where you're watching me from and what like time of day is it where you are, because it's always interesting to see that some people where like I am in a time zone in the east of the United States, on the east coast. I'm in New Jersey and it is 11:03 here in the morning, but let me know where you are and what time is it by you. And Limber says, good morning, Marina. I'm watching from Florida. And Limber, I think it's also 11 o'clock where you are. Uh, Tico is asking me in Russian if VAWA ever gets denied. Yes, sometimes VAWA can get denied like any other court case. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the news. I want to give some shout outs to you guys. Kawsar MNU says, good morning. This is Mohammed from Brooklyn. See, happy to see you live. Brooklyn is my heart. I grew up in Brooklyn. I went to high school in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn when I went to college. And my office is in Brooklyn. So shout out to Brooklyn. Let's talk about the news. Let's talk about what's going to happen on the trip. Let's talk about some very important news in actual USCIS. And let's talk about your questions. But first, drop me a comment. Let me know what time is it where you are and where you're watching me from, and I will give you a shout out. All right, so let's talk about immigration news. Trump, of course, is giving us a lot of material. He has said that he is demanding that Mexico and Canada stop the entry of immigrants illegally at the border. And I already saw in the news yesterday that Mexico did successfully stop a whole caravan of migrants in Mexico going towards the border and disperse them. So I guess it's working. Trump also said that there will be hell to pay in the Middle East if they don't return the Israeli hostages. This will probably stop a lot of the military action there. And he said that he will be deporting some or all the illegal aliens, and it's not clear how he will determine who is an illegal alien, but he has threatened. And just like guessing from what we know from the last time, I also think that he will put back the Muslim country ban on certain countries that are considered more like radical Islam countries. And I think he will try to bring that back. I think that people who have criminal convictions should be very careful, and people who already have orders of deportation should be very, very careful. I think there will be checkpoints. I think there will be a lot of immigration stops and checkpoints, and they will be deporting people who already have uh, deportation orders. And also just anybody who doesn't have any status right now, even if you haven't been deported, you're just here unlawfully. Now is a good time to give us a call and set up some kind of status for yourself. Maybe it's not going to be like the best case in the world. A lot of people don't have the best case in the world, but if you have a good lawyer, you have a shot. If you don't have anything in the works, then you have nothing. And this is the time to invest in your future. I'm sorry, but it's true. Okay. Um, Jolivia says it's 9:05 in the morning here in Utah. Hi, 2 hours behind New York, where I am. Interesting. Temitopi Joseph has a good question. He wants to know, is it safe to travel right now and under Trump outside of the United States with advance parole, especially from January 20th? As long as you have an unexpired advance parole, it is absolutely safe to travel. Not expired, good, valid advance parole, you can travel, you will be fine. Ina7453 says, you look great, Marina, great makeup and hair. Thank you. A little bit more than I usually do because I was so pale this morning. Thank you so much. Real last this version is saying, ma'am, I'm from Bangladesh. Hello, hello. Sarina Sarvari says hi. Hello, hi. Um, Riaz Dean says, I'm from Sri Lanka. My name is Riaz. Welcome, welcome. Safiko333 wants to know, and she's writing in Russian on Instagram, can I get a green card without an interview if my husband is a citizen and my kid's a citizen? It's possible. You could get a green card without an interview. All right. So I will be answering your questions here and there, but most of the answers will be at the end. If you're just joining us, please drop a comment. What time is it, where you are, and where you're watching me from. Next piece of news, very, very important for almost everyone. If you're filing for a green card, starting like now, you must include your immigration medical in a sealed envelope. Before, and this started during COVID, we were able to file without it because there was an expiration date on the validity of these medicals, and these things took forever to process. So they stopped asking to put them in, and what they would do is when it's close to getting approved, they would send you a request for evidence for a new medical, and that's what you did. Going forward, they changed the rule now, so the medicals never expire anymore. So once you get your medical done, that thing is good forever. It has no expiration date. And because of that, they will now require every single adjustment of status green card applicant to include the sealed medical exam, the form I-693, in your package, or they will begin rejecting your package. So they'll just return your package back to you if you don't include the medical. And for many people, there's like deadlines for filing. They're filing once the visa is current in their category. So this is a big deal. So anybody who's going to be filing for a green card from like today, right? You must include your sealed medical exam in your green card application packet. And as always, you have to include a copy of your ID, your passport. Many people, if it's a family case, will need an affidavit of support. You must always have your birth certificate, your marriage certificate. These are all copies, of course. Your divorces, and it should be like a certified copy with a stamp or some kind of a seal on it, a copy of it. But you should include in your green card packet, as well as now, this is a new rule, you must include your original medical in a sealed envelope. And usually I ask my clients to ask the doctor who's doing your immigration medical, the civil surgeon, to give you a copy just for your own record. Okay. So make sure you give the government the original in a sealed envelope that not opened, and keep a copy for yourself from the doctor. So this is the biggest news this week. And the other big news is I'm in a lot of immigration lawyer groups. So the other lawyers and I talk amongst ourselves like every day. And I am seeing now copies of the invitation for interview letters for people who already had approved VAWA and their green card is about to get approved. They're calling them in person to bring proofs of all the yeah, I'm gonna open, I even saved a copy for you guys. So if you are watching me on YouTube or Facebook, I'm gonna be sharing my screen with you in 1 second. I guess. All right. So these will be 2-page letters. Okay, I'm about to share my screen here. Sorry to the people on Instagram. You won't be able to see this, but I am showing this on my screen for YouTube and Facebook people, and even on LinkedIn. So one of my colleagues, this doesn't have a name or anybody's alien number. All the identifying information is erased, but this is an appointment letter to come to the New York City Federal Plaza USCIS office. And my office in Manhattan, I have 2 offices. My Manhattan office, I was there the whole day yesterday, is exactly across the street. I can see from my office window the entrance to 26 Federal Plaza. And this is the list of documents they now want you to bring to this brand new type of interview where they interview you on your VAWA I-360 and your green card application together. So they want you to bring evidence of the abusive citizenship status. So in other words, if you are married to a US citizen, they want you to bring with you a copy of their passport or birth certificate to show that they're a US citizen, or like any proof of their citizenship, or proof of their green card if they were just a green card holder. They want you to show them evidence of the marriage. So like the bona fides, usually that's joint bills, joint leases, bank statements, witness letters, all of that. Evidence that you're living with the abuser or used to live with the abuser, and evidence of that is leases, deeds, mortgages, utilities, invoices, bank statements, or financial documents listing a common address, school records listing the parent, and so on. And then evidence of abuse itself. So they want to see proof of abuse. It could be police reports, it could be judge or court official letters, it could be a medical letter, it could be a school official letter, a church or priest letter, social worker letter, psychiatrist letter, any credible evidence of abuse. If you had an order of protection, bring that. If you are 14 years or older, bring your FBI background check or a state background check to show you've never been arrested, and like any insurance policies and proofs of the marriage. So this is a very detailed letter that asks for a lot of documents, and it looks like you're going to have a real to goodness VAWA interview. They're going to question you with your lawyer. Hopefully you'll bring a lawyer. It's going to be a super tough interview about the VAWA case. Okay. So that's the story for this new thing. So this is for me, since I do a lot of VAWA cases, really big news. Arturo Ibarra is watching us from New York. Um, Kafid said, Bogart says, morning, Marina. Thanks for everything. God bless you and more. Thank you so much. So the big news is include your medical with every green card packet, and VAWA interview is no joke. They're going to start questioning everybody now. So that's the story. Let's get to your questions. I know you guys wanted me to answer your questions. Now is the time. Post your question below. Nothing I say here is meant to be immigration advice, legal advice. In this instance, right here, I'm talking to you as a blogger. This is entertainment and education value only. For real legal advice to create a strategy in your case, give us a call. My phone number is on the bottom of the screen, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Just click my profile. It's right there with my little picture above in the top left corner, and all of my contact information is there. I'm not alone. I have a group of lawyers and legal staff, and we work as teams and everything. All right. Oh, Cheyenne says, Marina, remind people that they miss out on this content because they don't turn on the channel notification bell. So if you are not a subscriber yet, please subscribe and click on the channel notification bell. Thank you, Mr. Musk, so much. You shared your last name with Elon Musk, so you must be just as smart. I can see from your comment that you are. Thank you. Somebody has a question. His name is Davian. I got a DUI 2023 charges. They were dropped in 2024, but on my green card medical exam, I said I don't drink. Will that be a problem with my application? I don't think so. I think you'll find. The Science of Everything is from North Dakota. Beautiful. I wonder, the Science of Everything, please tell me in the comments, what time is it in North Dakota right now? All right. A question from NewsView. T visa work permit application. So I-765 application. I filed it on October 28, 2024. Added the biometrics on November 5, 2024. How long will it take to get my approved work permit card? Like 2 years, maybe. 1 to 2 years, unfortunately. Okay, we did this. Thank you. Shout out to Florida. News View says freedom for my immigrant family in US. Thank you so much. Thank you. Demitopia Joseph says thank you so much for your help, information, and support. Always honest to every one of us. I try. Thank you very much. So the Science of Everything has a question. So my case was expedited. Now I'm waiting for the date. I wanted to know if Minneapolis is a good place for asylum interview. What are the odds of winning after expedition? Okay, so the interview itself, you're probably going to get denied. This is where my honesty comes in. Most people, almost everyone, 90%, will get denied at any asylum office. That's like the statistic, that's the average percentage for everything. However, the court where your case will probably go to after this, that's a different story. So Minneapolis Immigration Court, I'm going to just search. I think that your court is probably going to be, I want to say it says, is it Fort Snelling Immigration Court in Minnesota? I think that's where your case will be. And then I go to, you could just put in the search track, TRAC, immigration judges by city. And again, I'm going to be sharing my screen for you guys on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, no, just Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, here we go. I'm going to find where the heck is, I'm gonna just find this city. 1 second. Minnesota Immigration Court. What city? What city? Come on. It says it's in Fort Snelling. I don't know if that's new or not. All right. So, hmm. I don't see Fort Snelling here. It must be a new court on the list here. Los Angeles, Memphis, Houston, El Paso, Denver, Cleveland, Ohio. um, I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the statistics for Fort Snelling Immigration Court, but it might be too new and it's not included yet on my list here. I don't see it here. Hard to say about Minneapolis. I'm sorry you stumped me with your question. But I would say, from what I know so far, the best courts for asylum are San Francisco, Sacramento, New York City, Chicago, and Boston. So if you're not one of those, your chances are not as good at winning. Okay, but once in a while you get approved in the other places as well. Mohammed wants to know, I use advanced parole VAWA case. I travel 5 times. People travel already with advanced parole. For all you guys who are asking me, is it safe to travel for if you have advanced parole? So I traveled 5 times, short periods, arrived safe. After Trump, can I travel to Pakistan for a short period again? You'll be fine with your advanced parole. Don't worry. Timothy Joseph says, if somebody had a cancellation of asylum case and now has a pending VAWA case, can she be deported? Hopefully not. The VAWA pending gives you protection, okay? Thank you again for saying God bless you and thanking me. Kofitsa Bogart says, if you have a VAWA case still pending and your work permit go to expiration date, can you apply for a new one and travel? Yes. So if you have a pending VAWA, it's not approved yet. You can file to renew your work permit, your employment authorization, 6 months before it expires, and the same thing with advanced parole. Once you receive the new one, you're safe to work and to travel. Okay, don't travel until you get the new one. Oh, the science of everything says it's 9, I guess 23 now in North Dakota. Thank you. So new 1286 says, hi Marina, I have a pending affirmative asylum case. That means the person filed themselves for asylum, not in defense in deportation. Since June 2018, my twin daughters were born. Oh, I have twin daughters. They were born in December 2018. My twin daughters were born in 2009 and diagnosed with autism with full state documentation. You probably want to know if you're eligible, what options do you have, and then more about from the same person. I haven't been called yet for an asylum interview. It's been 7 years. I've been here 7 years, and I want to know if it's possible to avoid the interview, 10 years of residence, and have cancellation or removal as a backup. You can if you make it to 10 years. So if they still make you wait 3 more years and you already have the full 10 years, you can write a letter to the asylum office once you have the full 10 years. And you say, I want to waive my interview, skip it, I don't need it, send me to immigration court. And then the case will go to immigration court where you can have 2 cases, asylum and cancellation or removal through your Twinkies who are, I guess, going to be, they were born, you said, in 2018. So they're going to be still very young. They're going to be like 9 years old or so, right? Okay, so that's your answer. Erkan says, good morning. Good morning. Penitopia Joseph says, please can you represent somebody who already filed VAWA before if she wants to change her lawyer? Yes, yes, we can. Give us a call. Khan says, USCIS received my additional medical documents related to my green card application based on asylum 2 weeks ago. When can I expect decision? I would say, Khan, a few more months, okay? Hopefully that's the only thing they needed. And Temitopia Joseph always invites to visit with me when I'm in Maryland. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nagio123 Nagio says, hi, from your experience, how long does it take to receive the green card and travel? The application was submitted 1 year after the asylum approval with the medical examination. Unfortunately, the asylum-based green card applications, from the time you filed, can take up to 3 years from the time you filed for a green card. You should have also filed for a refugee travel document. If you did, it takes about a year and 2 months. You should have that soon, okay? My cousin graduated from college in the US over 10 years ago, so his visa is out of status. Do you think he can get a green card based on Trump's new law? There's no new law. It's just BS a little bit about it. And somebody who's out of status, I don't think will be able to get a green card under Trump, but we'll see, okay? Kofit says, thank you for answering my question so much. You're welcome. Back to Instagram. Instagram questions here. Hans Squash says, Trey's document, I guess travel document, is valid for 1 year after 6 months. Can we use it? No one country, get visa or airline book ticket. What should I do? It's sad. I waited 13 months to get a travel document. I'm sorry. I don't even know. I don't know. Real side version says, ma'am, I'm from Bangladesh. I passed A level in 2015. After that, I admitted to university and didn't complete my bachelor. Now I want to do 2 years foundation course in the States and US. Is it possible for me to have a visa after a big study gap? Thanks. Yes, you can apply for an F1, F like Frank 1, student visa, and you could get a visa. Yeah, it's okay that you have a good gap. Apply. Sarina Sarwari says, I have a green card. If I go abroad, then I come back to the US. I know somebody that went, but she couldn't come back. Trump was president at that time. If you have a green card and it's not expired and you go for a short period of time and your passport is not expired, you should be fine to come back. And then Kay says, you are the best lawyer. I appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. Maria Margalich says, is there any news on TPS for Ukrainians? How to change it to a green card? Maria, thank you for your question. Also, Maria, tune in to my Russian language live at 12 on my other Instagram account, which is marina.advokatessa. But I will answer anyway. There is no news about TPS. We don't know what's going to happen for TPS in the spring for Ukraine, nor for anyone else that has TPS from other countries. Trump has mentioned that he wants to cancel all these temporary statuses like parole and TPS. I don't know if Ukraine will be canceled too. Part 2 of your question, how to change it to a green card. A TPS cannot be changed by itself to a green card. You can file for asylum. For many people, this is the only option right now from Ukraine. I don't have anything else to offer you. You're pretty much eligible to get a work visa, but you would probably have to leave US if the TPS is expired. If they end it, you will have to leave US and wait for your immigrant visa through an employer in another country, maybe even Ukraine. So realistically, not to leave here, the only option I have right now is asylum. And a lot of our clients are filing for asylum right now. Like every day, we have 2, 3 new people for asylum. Prince Shadow says, can somebody with pending asylum be deported? Yes, if they get arrested and convicted of a crime. Kartik says, will there be a problem if I move my case from New York to California because New York is expensive? No problem. As long as you report your address change, your case will follow you to where you live now. And he says, good morning, good morning. Hi, madam from Uzaval. Kartit says, how can I change my case from New York to California? It's going to be bad for my case. California is okay for your case. It's not bad. And you need to create my USCIS account. So it's my USCIS. You basically go on your phone or on your computer to my USCIS account, create it. Inside, file change of address, and that should work. And also, you will need to put in the receipt number, the case number from USCIS to your asylum case. All right, let's go through my YouTube questions again. Kausar says, my I-589 asylum application is pending. At this time, am I eligible under Section 42B? If you have 10 years in the US and US citizen or green card holder parents or young kids with a medical hardship, with problems, their health or mental problems. So 10 years plus parents or kids who are citizens or green card holders, plus those people have some issues with their health and so on, you could be eligible, absolutely. Uh, will it help my case if my case was expedited through the House of Representatives? It's not going to help, but expediting is a good idea if you can. Um, and Gorgeous says, hello, man. If you have approved VAWA and you sent your medical for your green card, will you still be called for an interview? Probably not. No interview. I don't think you will have an interview. And final question for today is from Kafite Bogart. Is it possible for someone who made a mistake to fill the job application 3 or 5 years before and said she's a citizen but not, and she got a green card, can apply for citizenship now? This is a hard question because if you're honest, there's a question on the N-400 if you ever claim to be a citizen. And if you say yes, you'll be denied. All right, you guys, I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Tune in next Wednesday at the same time, 11 o'clock my time, your time. In Utah, it's going to be 9 in the morning. In North Dakota, it's going to be 9 in the morning. In Los Angeles, it's going to be 8 in the morning. 8 in the morning in Cali because they're 3 hours behind. Las Vegas, 3 hours behind. It's going to be 8 in the morning. See you next week on your local time and see you soon. Bye bye. Take care.